What do you guys think of the word gossip?
It sounds cool.
Sounds cool?
Gossip?
Gossip.
It sounds like shit talk.
Shit talking.
I like that there's 2 S's in the middle.
Goss.
It reminds me of like a goose.
Gossip?
Goslings.
Yeah, Ryan Gossip.
Ryan Goslings?
Ryan Gossip.
What's the meaning?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, is gossip a negative thing?
I just put
Or-
something together. Is when they're saying sip on tea because it's gossip.
Oh, gossip.
It's like gossip is
Go
sip on.
sip.
What's the go sip?
Go
Get
sip.
to sip on tea.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh.
That's cool. I never thought about the original.
Go sip on tea.
And you sit down and you're like,
What's the tea?
I don't like gossip when it's too serious.
when it's too serious?
Yeah.
I don't like it when it's what do you call it? Like manipulative?
Yeah.
Or it's instigating.
Yeah.
That's horrible. But I love roasting.
Very bad.
When
When
you
it-
talking some shit and it's funny.
And it could when it actually hurts somebody. That's when I don't. That's when I cross the line.
Yeah.
True.
Like, but if it's like they slipped on a banana peel yesterday. You know?
Like you make fun of the mistake.
Yeah.
Like shit you can't say in front of their faces. But
Yeah.
then later you go talk some shit because it's so funny.
yeah,
You're
but
like,
it doesn't
"Oh my God."
entirely hurt that other person, nor does it hurt you, type of
Yeah.
thing. True. So some people are saying now during quarantine that gossiping might actually be a healthy way to cope. Huh?
A lot of people gossip now.
Yeah, or just like talking, like bonding with someone and talking shit, basically. Yeah, like talking shit in a way can be healthy.
It's like something lighter
Brings people together.
than what's going on in the world. Is that why?
Yeah, it's like
bonding.
Like if you go to work or you go to school, right, and like little things that happen throughout the day, and you share that with your significant other when you come home, right?
I get that because like at school, what you or like say work or whatever, that's all people talk about, and now you're just at home, you kind of miss that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you can't really talk about that on your public social media or stuff like that. But like maybe with like whoever you live with, you could be like, yo, did you fucking see this?
I think because secrets are fun.
Secrets are fun.
They did a study on how like people average on just stats, right? Of they wired up a restaurant, different public gathering places, and they wanted to hear what people were talking about. And over 35% of the conversation was on gossip, just rumors, gossip. Did you hear about so and so? All that shit. And I'm like, damn, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's in our human nature is what they're saying, and that we all feel closer to someone when we're gossiping with them, when we're sharing a little secret. It's like, hey, I'm letting you into my world. This is what I know. Don't let anyone else know.
And a lot of people also bond through shit talking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you have a common enemy.
Exactly. Well, enemy is a strong word,
But like it's like it could be a soft version of an enemy.
a soft version. Yeah, because they're saying like you can take this to an extreme, and it could be very, very hurtful.
Relating with somebody about something, whether it's like negative or positive, you know, because you guys both feel the same emotion at the same time.
I think most of the time I'm gossiping about myself.
Do you hear what I
So I
did?
talk shit about myself.
I
Like,
love talking shit about myself. I talk so much shit about myself that Tiff tells me to stop talking shit about myself.
Hey, that's my fucking husband.
Yeah.
Stop talking shit about him.
Sorry.
Or she'll probably come to you like, yo, you know what I heard? And she starts explaining what you just told her. You're like, and she's like, oh wait, I'm sorry.
She has no one else to gossip with, so she hears your shit. She goes, you know what Casey told me? Oh,
That's
Casey's a
fun.
little bitch, so
She turned into the cat.
you run out of
just goes
fucking
back and
people to
forth.
talk to.
Dude.
Not only is it bonding, but I was reading something about how like throughout history, like it was kind of used for protection, like how you survive is
Yeah.
and it also prevents you from acting outside of the group's interest.
Oh, it keeps you in the lane.
Yeah,
in your
because you'll be
lane.
shamed basically by the other people. People will be talking shit about you if you're like
Yeah.
doing something that upsetting to the group. Yeah,
It keeps it creates this like a norm.
like a little social
right?
economy that's
Yeah.
like, hey, you better kind of stay in line or else we're gonna talk shit about you.
True.
Yeah, Charlie.
People are afraid of social stigma like crazy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one of the main reasons why people don't become successful.
Yeah.
Because they're so concerned of what their aunties are going to tell them, what their parents are going to tell, what their siblings think, what their friends think. A lot of people live in fear of what other people think.
Yeah.
Or even if you get too famous, like online, you're under scrutiny of the public, and like people are all trying to cancel everybody right now.
That's gossip,
So, like,
yeah, on
that's
a really huge
That's like
level.
a harmful gossip.
Yeah.
But I think that's when they
people
say
that-
people are like, when you like don't give a fuck about anything, that's when you like actually evolve.
It's the most liberating thing in the world.
Yeah.
When you just observe and there's
'Cause then it
all
hurts
this
the people that
opinion
gossip even
critic-
more.
Yeah, there's just fucking throwing shit at you and you're just like, cool. And it's funny. and then you turn it around and you can start playing with them and their insecurities. I think that's the funniest shit ever.
That's true.
So what's going on here where more people are gossiping now?
They're just saying like in a time during quarantine and like how like we just don't have a whole lot of people to talk to, and sometimes just cutting straight to the chase of gossiping might help us.
Like, don't hold back anymore.
Don't hold back, yeah, and like avoid the feeling of like loneliness, right?
Yeah, and you kind of giggle with somebody maybe, like where it's like, like.
There are toxic groups though.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like in like high school or college or whatever where
yeah.
people all they do is talk shit about each other when they're not around each other, and it's like so shitty, and you're just sitting there and you're like, fuck you guys, man. You're talking shit about me when I'm not around. I don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like that's really bad.
I feel like I was always the person getting left out, like.
And they're talking shit about you?
Yeah, like you know, when
It's a fucking
I really wouldn't find out that people weren't my friends until like everyone is hanging out on the weekends or like going to parties. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not
frenemies, dude.
for your group.
I think that's why like sports might be a healthy gossip, because you get to talk shit about people. Can you believe they fucking traded this guy, or this guy sucked, or he scored this many points? And you get to bond with someone else, but it doesn't really hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Versus like versus talking about family or friends or like because sometimes when you gossip, like if I'm like, Nelson, did you hear fucking Nadeem was constipated the other day? And then somehow it comes back to him, and then Nadeem's like, why the fuck is Bart talking
Sensitive about my bowel
movements? You can
Then
actually
I go and
hurt
try
people.
doing more shit to you.
Yeah.
That's why I like talking shit in games. Same thing as like sports and stuff.
Yeah.
You're talking shit in a game. It's like a safety net. Like where you're not when the game's over, you're not enemies. You're just talking shit in the game where you're like
competitively talking shit is great.
I don't think you can fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
That's why I love
My
Mafia.
friend the other
Yeah.
day was like, because he wanted to take this girl out on a date. So, and they're friends, they see each other, and he was like, I'm gonna go over for a haircut. But then he was like, dude, last night something embarrassing happened. I was like, oh, fuck, like, what happened? He goes, damn, dude, like, I can't, it's so embarrassing, I can't even talk about it. So I thought, like, something happened with the girl, but he was like, nah, I was talking shit to this team, and then, like, we're talking mad shit, calling them bitches, everything, and then they beat us, and I was like,
Oh, was that it?
that was it?
It's not even real life, bro.
No,
like
it's not
what?
real
How is
life.
that embarrassing?
I think the buildup is the fun part of the gossip. It doesn't even have to be like a big thing. It's just something that's like, oh yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
Like that feeling of like, what are you about to tell me?
But that was like a roller coaster that just kept climbing and then it never dropped.
Yeah.
You just climbed off the roller coaster.
I love like hearing the tea and stuff. But what I do is to my friends, like right before I hang up, I'm like, yo, I forgot to tell you about this. Do you know what happened to this person? And they're like, no, what? And then I just hang up. And they're like, oh, they text me like, oh, I think we got disconnected, and I just never respond. It drives them crazy.
Troll, dude. You're such a fucking troll. Oh my god.
Well, see, like Steve and I don't really talk about people, but our Animal Crossing villagers, we have like a game where like we pretend we're on a reality show with our Animal Crossing villagers, and they like to gossip. Like in Animal Crossing, they gossip all the fucking time about each other, and they gossip about us too. Like, they'll be like, you know what Steve was doing yesterday? And I'm like, no, what was Steve doing? And they're like, he was burying bells in the ground. I mean, I could think of a bunch of other things to do with bells. There's a bank on the island. I'm like, I know, right? What a fucking dumbass burying
Steve like
bells.
a bank robber or something? He's burying.
No, if you bury
his
bells, it grows a
is like
money
the
tree.
money.
It grows a money
Oh,
tree.
I see.
So it's actually a smart investment. But I like to shit talk with the Animal Crossing villagers.
bond.
So there's a sense of bonding between us. Like, yeah, what a fucking dummy. And then I go bury some bells, and I hope they didn't see.
Can you turn them all against each other?
No, but sometimes they get in little arguments. Like there's this one guy on our island that he always talks about working out all the time. He's like obsessed with working out.
He's the Bart of your island?
He
I never talk about working
But
out.
no, he's not. He's not the Bart because he never actually works out.
Oh.
One time, one of the other villagers called him out on it. They're like, "If you work out all the time, where are your abs?" And he's like, "They're not ready yet."
I'm still baking them.
But you work out all the time. Like, where are they? Show us. And he's like, "I'm not ready." And then they're like, "Nikki, tell him like to back off because I'm not ready." And then you can choose whether you want to say, "No, I think you should show us your abs," or if you're like, "Yeah, let him wait."
funny.
And so I'm like, "Nah, I think you should show us your abs." And he's like, he got so mad, he stormed off. He like did the like he got mad.
But you can't piss them off for them to move out though.
No, you have to ignore them to get them to move out.
Why don't you feel like you just hear him run away, and then all of a sudden you hear,
Oh no! That's Animal GTA, dude.
that'd be a good
Really
game.
fucked up for the coding people to code that into
So
the
sick.
And all the kids are just like, what?
traumatizing.
All the kids.
Then it goes, don't gossip.
You ever heard that? Okay, I'm gonna butcher this quote, but it's about gossiping, right? And they say like people like that talk about events. There's people that talk about people, and then there's people that talk about like big shit.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's
Yeah,
actually, in this
here
article.
somewhere.
Oh, is it?
It was Eleanor Roosevelt, right?
Yeah.
She said. Yeah, it's in here.
I think I've heard it before, but something about like gossip being like the lowest level of conversation.
It is.
Yes.
Yes, and I think that it's almost like I feel like I'm becoming dumber and dumber when I listen to it if there's no purpose. Because sometimes, well, a lot of the times, if you learned a lesson from a piece of drama or something that happened,
Yeah.
I think it's good to share insight because then you could be like, oh, so that's what happened between you two, and then now you know.
You learn about human tendencies through it.
Right.
Yes.
Versus, you know that bitch? You know what she did? She was sucking this other man's dick.
Yeah, because
And that's juicy shit. But then you go, and then what? Nothing. What a bitch, huh? Yeah.
Does that shit ever happen? And you're like, oh shit.
You know, like so the
Yeah.
quote you're talking about is great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people.
Yeah.
Right? But then this one other person went to break it down in terms of what gossip means to them. God damn, why is this thing so long? Where'd it go?
Now you understand Tiff.
I know, I'm like, wow.
It's like I'm just trying to find these.
You want the gossip?
But Tiff has bigger eyes; she should be able to see it faster.
I
She
had
also,
Asian
she
eyes.
also highlights. She highlights the things.
You can highlight the website.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She.
Command F.
Elaine Liu is a journalist. She said, if someone were to gossip to me about Ben Affleck and Anna de Armas, right, and they're, I guess, newly dating, what the conversation was really talking about was about quarantining with someone you weren't legitimately in love with. So it's about relationships and human connection and who you want to be spending your time with. So it's like there's a deeper meaning to gossip in the way she, feels about
Yeah,
it.
your
you know?
analysis of that situation tells me about you. Like, what do you feel about it? It's actually the same thing that we do on JK News every single episode. It's like we bring up a subject and then we all say our opinions on that thing. Like, ooh, that girl's crazy. I don't think that girl's crazy. I would have done the same thing, you know?
But we're the lowest.
There's toxic gossip.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who's just trying to get everybody to believe what they believe and get them to hate the same person.
So in
You
this,
play
That's that shit gossip I hate.
so in this article, they talk about how like when we're talking about survival and like the social like survival tactics, the people that gossip in a bad way where it's only for their own self-interest, where they only use it to boost themselves up or to tear other people down, and it's very selfish, they'll actually get exiled from the group. So it still helps the group.
Yeah, because eventually they get found out and everyone hates that
Yeah.
person.
And they know
They're
not to trust
"You've been
them."
manipulating and fucking doing this the whole time. Fuck you, bitch.
And also, if someone spills everyone's secrets, then they know not to trust that person.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.